I am so sick of that music. I've probably done that about 800 times now. It was bad when it was first played. Now 800 times in, I just want to chew my own legs off. Good morning.
I like the last 10 seconds.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
I really do.
Yeah. It's This Week in WordPress. It's episode number 339. Gosh, that's a lot. And we're joined today by three fabulous guests. Thank you very much for joining us. I'll introduce them in a moment. I'll get all the housekeeping bits out of the way first, if that's all right with you three. First thing to say is that if you're joining us, thank you. There's a variety of places you could be. I think it goes out on X, it goes out on Facebook group and, stuff like that. The best place to go, Remkus has gone all narrow. I don't know if that's the same for everybody else, but look at that. Let's stay like that. Go on. So yeah, if you're joining us on any of those different locations, the best place, honestly, I would recommend you go is wpbuilds.com/live. The reason for that is because if you go there, then you can comment more easily than anywhere else, basically. wpbuilds.com/live. If you go to that page, then on the right, if you're on a desktop, is a box, and it's copied and pasted directly in from YouTube. So you need to be logged into your Google account and you can comment over there. If you're watching the video over there, there's a little option which you can use, an anonymous sort of system. It's the one that comes with this platform. You don't need to be logged into any account. You just type your name in and you're off to the races. So there you go. Share it with your friends, neighbors, guinea pigs, whatever. wpbuilds.com/live. Zach nodded the guinea pigs suggestion. Please share it. Share it with the guinea pigs. With a tear in my eye, actually, I'm talking about guinea pigs. We had a guinea pig for about 6 years, and sadly, it passed away this week. So,
Did you eat it?
I don't even know how to respond to that. It did look like a potato. I have to say.
So the way you respond to it is no.
No, I didn't eat it. It was very sad. It was a well cared for guinea pig. Honestly, what the heck are we talking about? Let's get rid of that and introduce our guests. The first one to mention is the ever so narrow Remkus de Vries. Is it me, or is Remkus, was he really narrow?
No, he definitely was narrow.
Yeah, there was something going on there. He was narrow.
So Remkus' new weight loss program is going to be available to you all.
He's got a course, and it's not about speeding your website up. It's about sudden weight loss. He's gone. No doubt he'll be back in a minute, but I'm going to introduce him in his absence anyway. Remkus de Vries is a WordPress. Oh, he's back. There we go. Remkus de Vries is a WordPress performance specialist focused on speed, security, and scalability. As co-founder of Scanfully. He helps site owners stay ahead of performance and security issues. He also runs within WordPress a newsletter and podcast for those passionate about building better WordPress sites. And he shares those insights on YouTube. And you're going to find out in a few short moments about something else that he's been involved in. We'll do that in a minute, if that's all right, Rimkus. Happy to have you. Thank you.
Happy to be here.
Thank you. We're also joined by Tim Nash. Hello, Tim.
Hello.
I never know what Tim's going to write. It's always novel and interesting. So here we go. Tim Nash, it says the following. Doomed, lots of O's, doomed is what you will be if you don't have Tim to guide you, a speaker, mentor, and security consultant, as well as a professional doom speaker. You should patent that word. That's a good word. You can follow him at various social media sites and timnash.co.uk to be significantly less doomed, more mildly terrified, with a side of what the... And then there's an ellipsis. I'm supposed to fill that in with an F word, I suppose. But I'm not going to. Anyway, how are you, Tim? You all right?
I'm doing all right.
Very nice.
The wonders of what ChatGPT thinks of. Write a scary bio, and that was the best it came up with.
Oh, that's not too scary. Okay. And then we're joined by Zach Stepek. How are you doing, Zach?
Doing well, thank you.
Zach is the Director of Partner Programs at Big Scoots, co-host of DevPulse, expanding the stack on openchannels.fm. That was Do the Woo until recently, but it's now been rebranded as openchannels.fm. And he is also a music photojournalist. What's been the latest project? Where have you been?
I went and shot a show last week in Joliet, Illinois. That was a fun show. My friend Taylor, the guitarist for Taproot, was there with his other band, Riding with Killers. I'll be out this month in about a week and a half, 2 weeks, doing 4 days worth of festivals.
Oh, nice.
4 music festivals in a row. I'll be on the road with Taproot, and it'll be a great time.
It's that kind of time of the year in the UK. All the festivals fall about now. We just had the big one. There's one here called Glastonbury, and it was it last week? Yeah, not the weekend just gone, but the weekend before that. It's ridiculously huge these days. I went many years ago, and it was big. Now it's like honestly, it is genuinely like a big town. It's like 200,000 people. That's 200,000 attendees, and then that all the staff and the people that are managing the event. I think it touches like 250,000. It's pretty insane. And they always show pictures in the newspaper the day after everybody's left, and it's quite sad, actually. You know, you've got this whole vibe of like lovely, and then it's just total chaos. You know, everything left, just beer cans everywhere and stuff like that. But anyway, there you go. There's me doom speaking. You're joining us for a WordPress podcast, so we'll get into that in just a moment. If there's any comments, though, I'll raise those first. Hello, says Courtney. Well, she's given me some emojis. Cup of coffee. Looks like a sunrise and a hello wave. Hello, Courtney. Nice to have you with us. I'll pass over Tim's because he's right there. Greetings from Atlanta, says James Lau, Georgia. 81 degrees Fahrenheit, 27 degrees centigrade here. It is not like that here. And he says, good morning to everybody. Courtney writing words this time. I suggest a new intro composed by AI. I did try that. I did do it. What was that? What's that service called? Suno, is it? The one that makes the songs? And it was pretty good. But I could only cope with that for like 2 weeks. So I went back to the really bad one. AI and music they're not good bedfellows. Lawrence Ladomery, hello. Good evening, he says. Nice to have you with us. Cami, good morning. Sorry your family lost a beloved pet. Yeah. It was my son discovered it, and he's never seen a dead thing ever. And he stood motionless for a bit. It was quite a thing to watch. Anyway, moving on. Taco, Glastonbury did make the international news, but not in the best way. What about? What was going on?
The whole controversy with the BBC and what was people being said, and they decided to stream it anyway and all that jazz.
Yeah. I guess with that, though, if you're streaming it live and the performer... Like, it's not like something going on in the crowd, is it? If
they weren't streaming it live.
They weren't streaming it live.
All of these events are on at least a minute, if not 2 minute delay. Okay. And there is literally a lawyer standing by the stream going, yep. And clearly he was asleep at certain points. Went,
Okay.
yep. What did they just say?
Right. Okay. Oh gosh. And then BBC are in a bit of bother for that. Okay. Paul Bedford. Hello, Paul. I don't know that we've met. Greetings from midwinter South Africa. Sunny, but only 19 degrees. It's the middle of summer here, Paul, and it's about 18 degrees. You've got nothing to complain about. Tammy Lister is joining us. Afternoon. It's actually shining again here. Yeah, same here. Sorry, we're going to go through all of these because it's nice. Monday morning, says Marcus Burnett, catching some of the live for the first time in a while. Lovely to see you all. You too. Nice to have you with us, Marcus. Taco's back. Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And Tammy, last one. Who'd have thunk it? Glastonbury, a festival founded on counterculture, having alternative political views. Yeah, well, there you go. And a load of trash, it would seem. Honestly, a good business would be to go to Glastonbury the day after it finishes and just collect the tents. There seem to be like thousands of perfectly serviceable tents that people just can't be bothered to collapse because, you know, they themselves are in a state of collapse, so they can't do it. So they kind of leave. And
you must feel right at home.
Yeah, well, that's right. Okay, there we go. So let's get on to the show that we're supposed to be doing. So this is us, wpbuilds.com. If you fancy going there, we've got all of our content. Put your email into this little box and we will send you a couple of emails each week, one on a Tuesday. The reason that we do this is to parcel it up. We're going to parcel this up into a podcast and we'll put it out tomorrow morning. So that's the first email that you'll get Tuesday morning. But then you'll also get one on a Thursday when we do our regular podcast, which is usually an interview with me and somebody else. The most recent one was all about a plugin that's come out of Elementor. It's called Ally. And it's not an Elementor thing, if you know what I mean. It's not bound to the page builder, but it's to make your site more, well, hopefully, that's the intention anyway, to make your site more accessible. So you can go and find out about that. But obviously, there's a whole bunch of other content, 427 episodes all the way down. So that's the first thing. There is the episode there. And the next thing to me, I have such mixed feelings about this. I'm such a bad self-promotionist, but I feel I've got to do this. So forgive me, I'm going to promote myself. Not me. I've joined forces with a lovely chap in the UK called Dan Maybe. He's huge. He looks just like Remkus, only he's a tiny bit bigger, I discovered from a recent photo on social media. And Dan and I have decided that we're going to start a plugin, and it's called Podcaster Plus. And the idea of this is that if you've got a podcast, and at some point in the future, it'll just be audio, you know, like MP3 files and things like that. But for now, we just decided to do it as a podcast thing. If you've got a podcast, the idea is that in a few quick clicks, you'll be able to put the podcast episode into your WordPress website, which sounds fairly ordinary, because that bit is quite ordinary. But what we've decided to do is atomize the player. So the podcast player is made up of like, I don't know, I think it's 11 different little blocks. So you can move the play button around in the block editor. You can move the forwards and backwards slider. Essentially, you can customize the player to be whatever the heck you want. If you just want a play button, that's fine. If you want a play button that, I don't know, sticks to the top of the page, you can do all of that kind of stuff. And we're after some beta testers because we're at the point where we think it's basically baked enough. So if that sounds like your thing, the URL for that is podcasterplus.com/beta, we say in the UK, BETA, podcasterplus.com/beta. And we're after people testing it and breaking it and giving us feedback. So if that sounds like you, we'd appreciate that. I don't know if you...
Before Nathan moves on, I've had a chance to see it. It's very good. And
thank you.
When he says, "Oh, there's a little bit of you can do a little bit of customization," no, you can do massive amount of customization, and it's got pre-built-in patterns. So you can, if you do just want to just pop on a singular block, you can do that by just dropping a pattern on. But the amount of customization that you can get into, really, there isn't another player, video or audio player. And when I got to sit down with them and sort of have a play with it, I was very much like, so when's this turning into an audio player? And when's it turning into a video player so I can use it? Because really, there just isn't anything else on the market that works with the block editor quite like this.
I'll just quickly show you, actually. Why not? So I'm going to add this is on a local site. Yeah, well, kind of. So basically this little box appears down here. You click that and you pick your podcast episode. So I'll just pick the latest one. And then you click next. And then we've stripped it down to just 3 patterns at the moment, but obviously you can save your own patterns here. So we'll just pick that one. And then you click next, and I'll take out the featured image just because I don't want it. And then you insert it. And that's now your podcast player, if you like. So if you think about it, the bottom is a totally separate block with all of these different settings that you can style it, size it, put shadows, put padding, margin. You can do various different things. We've got this container block where you can use all the different flex settings to sort of position everything how you like. Everything's a block basically. So this skip forward is a block. The volume control is a block, each with their own settings and what have you. So yeah, you can if you can